Good morning and welcome to Sports Shorts Daily on a Tuesday. Yeah, we're shaking it up a little bit this week. I am Tommy Krysan along with Hunter McCann as Ronnie Rance away from the microphone today. That's not a problem. Hunter, who's part of Sports Shorts Radio, part of WBRZ, all that good stuff. He'll handle everything today. As always, during the middle of the week, I'm at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. By the way, crawfish today. Here's the thing. The Tuesday special's back. Here are the details. $8.99 a pound. You must get at least 5 pounds. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock's when they'll come out of the pot ready to go. Good idea to call and reserve some because it's a while supplies last. They're not real plentiful. Hunter McCann is in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame studio, lasportshall.com. And as always, everything with Sports Shorts Daily, Sports Shorts Radio, presented by the LeBares Casino and Hotel in Baton Rouge. With the Sportsbook, ESPN Bet, that'll be changed. Name will be changed soon. Where you can bet on the Super Bowl, watch the Super Bowl, LSU hoops, NBA, and more. And don't forget the Edge Lounge, back left corner of the casino floor. Live entertainment Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays. Once again, we say good morning to Hunter McCann. Hunter, how are you today?
Good, TK. How you doing, man?
Well, good. Hey, before we get into everything, give everybody how they can connect with you on social media, and then everything that you're doing that people can see on WBRZ in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, you can follow me on my X, McCann_Hunter. I, obviously give all my analytical opinions and breakdowns on there, as well as you know, TK and a lot know, I am a gambling man, so I do give picks on there to win some money. And then, over on WBRZ.com and on WBRZ TV, I do a betting show in there as well called Best Bets that airs on Fridays at 6:30 on WBRZ Plus. And then over on WBRZ's main channel at 9 o'clock on Sundays, Michael Cobble and I have a show called Big Guys, No Ties. We give our opinions and break down different variety of sports-ish topics. We have fun with that show. Enjoy doing that as well. So check me out on there. And, feel free to reach out to me at any point. Love to have conversations with everybody and interact with the community.
Michael Caldwell's done a great job for a long time. I'm happy to have him as a friend and a colleague. Hunter, it's Super Bowl week. I think everybody in the sports world knows that, okay? 49ers Chiefs. They'll kick it off 5:30 Louisiana time come Sunday. And right now, the 49ers are 1.5 favorite. 47.5 is the over-under. Your general thoughts about the Super Bowl. I know it's still a few days away. And do you think this line's going to move before kickoff on Sunday?
Well, it opened at 2.5 points after the conference championship games wrapped up about a week ago. It favored the 49ers have quickly moved to a point favorite to the 49ers, and then it moved back to 2.5 points as of yesterday. Now, like you said, this morning you wake up, it's back to 1.5. This line's going to keep moving, I think. I would not be surprised, and I kind of expect it to be a pick 'em by time kickoff rolls around. I think this is a very evenly matched game. You're talking about a 49ers team that on paper is a lot more talented than this Chiefs team, but they haven't been able to put it all together the last back half of the season. Last 3 games really for the 49ers have been kind of rough. They obviously got it done and done well enough to be able to get to this point, but even that game against the Lions, everything had to go perfect for them. They needed the ball to bounce their way to be able to come back from a 17-point deficit, and it did. I mean, props to that team. It wasn't just luck that they were able to do that. They did have some things go their way, but here they are in the Super Bowl. But on the other side of the ball are the defending world champions, the Chiefs. And you've given Patrick Mahomes the opportunity without a real star-studded team on offense, at least, to get yourself a chance at another Super Bowl, his 3rd Super Bowl in 4 appearances. That's a dangerous thing to do with a guy that's so talented like that. And like I said, they haven't been playing perfect on offense. They don't even have that great of an offense. But the guys they do have, the connections they do have between Mahomes and Kelsey, he's really been picking it up with Rashee Rice as well. And Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield can run over any of the greatest defenses right now in the league. So I think it's going to be a very good Super Bowl. But I like the Kansas City Chiefs in this matchup. You're getting plus coin for them right now. And they had the hardest path to the Super Bowl, had to knock off the Dolphins. That game, obviously, in the cold, they were able to do it with ease. But then you go to Buffalo, have to beat Josh Allen once again get it done, and then you have to be probably, in my opinion, was the most complete team in the league, the Ravens, and you dismantled them in Baltimore. So here you are now with the opportunity another Super Bowl, and I think the Chiefs are going to be able to do it again. And unfortunately, I really wish they wouldn't, but I think they're going to be able to.
Well, and so many people talking about it. The hype's going to build, and come Sunday, over $23 billion expected to be bet on the Super Bowl. A lot of that, most of that money will come in Sunday. So those of you that like to wait till that last minute, again, 5:30 kick Sunday, Louisiana time. Hunter, I'm a lot older than you. We all know that. That's been talked about here and on Sports Shorts Radio. But I can go back 10, 12 years ago when the idea of the NFL playing its Super Bowl in Las Vegas, you couldn't discuss it. I mean, they wouldn't let TV announcers talk about point spreads. And every now and then, the great Al Michaels, let's say there was a late touchdown in the game. He'd go, some of you really like that touchdown. Well, he was referring to the point spread, but he couldn't say, those of you that bet on now, the gambling has been embraced by the sports world. I mean, could be good, could be bad. Back in 2021 when they made it all legal and we can bet on our phones, we can go to the LeBaire sports book and bet on just about anything in the world. So that's a big change that I've seen because I've been a sportscaster for a long time. I can remember when you wouldn't have dreamed that they would play a Super Bowl in Vegas or have a hockey team, about to have a baseball team, and who knows what else will come there. I mean, there's plenty of room. Vegas can grow. It's in the middle of the desert. And for those of you that have never been there, when you fly in, you think you're over this desert, and all of a sudden there's the Strip in Las Vegas. So in a way, I think that's kind of cool. But I heard Dan Patrick this morning talking about, this gamble is not for everybody. You cannot make a living gambling. 99% of the people cannot make a living gambling. You got to have fun with it. Okay, like you and I do, and Ronnie, and we have fun with it. We make a few dollars one week, we lose a few dollars one week, and it's fun. It's entertainment. It's no different. Some people like to go hunting. A lot of people bring their deer in here to Tremontis. Some people like to go fishing. Some people like to play golf, and some people like to bet. You know what I mean? But you got to know your limits and don't get in trouble. So we would say that.
Correct.
But the idea of the Super Bowl, the mega zenith event for the NFL, being in Vegas. 15 years ago, you would have bet a lot of money that would never happen, but it has. Now, you're a much younger generation, so this Vegas thing's just like the norm for you.
Yeah, it does kind of feel that way, right? Everything's kind of been pushing that way. And gambling, like you said, we like to have fun with it, right? But it's something that I've embraced pretty well and like to have fun with it, like to do my research and get my opinion on what I think could happen, what I think is, around WBRZ, I'm the gambling guy, right? That's why I do the gambling show. And everybody's asked me, say, "Oh, Hunter, you got a surefire lock." They all like my. I told them yesterday actually that the New Orleans Pelicans, I didn't care what the line got to, I was going to take them against the Raptors, considering the fact that the Raptors just played the Thunder, went into a double overtime tough loss against Oklahoma City the night before they played the Pelicans. Then they had to fly all the way from Toronto to New Orleans. I love the fact I thought they were going to be tired out, and I thought the Pelicans would beat them by 30. Well, they didn't beat them by 30. They beat them by 38 points, so that really worked out for me yesterday. But I like doing that research and figuring out where exactly I think the strength is for the better, right? To be able to beat Vegas in that case. Well, I promise you that all those billions of dollars going in the sports books this weekend, Vegas is going to win this weekend. That's usually the book always wins, right? But when that much money's up for grabs, unless there's like I said, a surefire lock, right, that someone comes up with to steal millions, I think the books are pretty excited about the fact that the Super Bowl is in Vegas.
I don't mean to blindside you with this question, but have you been to Las Vegas?
I have been to Las Vegas. Last time I went there was about 2 years ago or so. I would love to make another trip up there. My parents actually are leaving Friday to be in Vegas during the game. They're not going to the game, but they're going up there to celebrate my mother's birthday. So they're going to be up there for all the festivities and stuff. They paid to go to a watch party right across the street from the stadium. So pretty jealous that they get to be around all the fun festivities, even if they're not going to get to go to the actual game.
Yeah, so plenty more to talk about with the Super Bowl. We'll have another Sports Shorts Daily Friday. Then Hunter and I will be doing Sports Shorts Radio on Saturday morning. We'll be at the casino. Am I correct? Is that up next on
that is correct.
All right,
we'll
so
be at
Saturday morning. Hunter and I, Ronnie will join us from Phoenix via the phone, but 10 a.m. to 12 noon on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Hunter and I will be handling Sports Shores Daily. We'll get Joel and Derry and who knows what else, and that'll be plenty of Super Bowl talk, because that'll be the day before, and the line may be different than it is now. Hunter McCann, a couple other things. LSU basketball, your thoughts in general on the men and the women. Men are on the road Wednesday night against Tennessee. Women play Vanderbilt Thursday night. Just some general comments from you about the men and women's basketball teams at LSU.
The men's team started on Wednesday against number 6 Tennessee. That's an extremely tough matchup on the road. Obviously, Tennessee, a very, very talented program. LSU, on the other hand, you can't figure them out, right? One game they'll surprise you and end up winning by 30 points when you think that they may win the game, but it'll be like a 5-point game. And then you sometimes believe, oh my goodness, they're going to win this game for sure, and they lose by 20 points. You just can't figure it out. I think that Maverick Man squad has improved a lot over the past year. They've done much better this year than they have in the past. So you're moving in the right direction. But I don't think they're at the point yet that they're going to compete very well on the road against Tennessee. I'll be interested to see where that line opens in that game. But I think Tennessee has just got the better talent. They're able to rebound the ball very well, something LSU has struggled with this year, being able to get the ball at the offensive glass. They've done better about protecting the perimeter lately. But as you get more and more elite talent, they do very well spreading out the floor and finding those open shots, and that could be the end of LSU when teams are getting hot from behind the arc. So that'll be a tough matchup for the Tigers for the men, and then over on the other side, obviously, women's team traveling to go play Vanderbilt. Michael Gobble and I were talking about this women's team lately and how we think there's another SEC game on the slate that they will drop. I think this could be the one. This is a very tough Vanderbilt team. They're not ranked, but these girls are really, really good at doing things that the Tigers have been struggling with. As you know, the women's team doesn't have great depth. So that late in the game, they've not been able to close out games when they have small leads. I see them having a small lead in this situation, and Vanderbilt has the ability to tire out their opponents very well, and also rebound the ball very well. Something that the women's team also is struggling with is being able to get the second chance points or allowing the opposing team to get second chance points. This will be a very tough game for them, but hopefully they can pull through and start back up a winning streak after dropping 2 games in a row against Mississippi State and South Carolina. They did just win this past weekend, but you got to be able to figure it out. Now, this is a very talented team, this LSU team, but they've had some issues, and you need to figure it out ahead of March.
I agree with that completely. Of course, LSU baseball, the excitement is building. A week from Friday, they'll have the season opener / home opener. Ronnie and I, baseball guys, obviously, but there's a lot of excitement building. I'm getting phone calls already like, hey, man, I want to get some tickets to this game and that game. And how many games you going to go to? Well, first thing is I'm not going if it's cold, okay, which is the case a lot in February. But or I'll go get in the press box and then it won't be as cold. But no, a lot of excitement building on LSU, the pitching staff. Jay Johnson, they won the College World Series last year. They're ranked 2, 3, 4, depending. There's a lot of baseball polls. They're ranked up there. And I, for one, as you would know, I'm very excited about LSU baseball being just around the corner.
Yeah, me too. Obviously, the LSU softball team starts their season on Thursday, so that's really exciting. They start against Nichols. And then this baseball team next Friday, has got their home opener. I mean, it's really exciting. There's a lot of great talent on this team. It's very difficult in any sport, no matter the talent level, especially in college, to be able to go back-to-back and win a national championship. But if any squad could do it, it could be this LSU team. They've kind of locked and reloaded in a certain way, right? You lose Paul Skeens, you lose Dylan Cruz, but you bring in a lot of talent that surrounded them. You retain a lot of talent that was around them, and then bring in a lot more talent that can pick up the pace and pick up the pieces where you left off. Nobody can be Dylan Cruz at the plate, and nobody can be Paul Skeens on the mound for this Tiger program. But you could bring in assets to be able to match their quality of reps and to be able to build this team in a better way. And they've done that. I'm excited to see what Gage Shump does on the mound, bringing him in from UCLA after he didn't actually play last season, had to have Tommy John surgery. But now he's ready to go. He's been being able to pitch since October. So his arm's ready to go. I'm excited to see what he brings to the team. Tommy White now fully healthy after dislocating that shoulder last year in the first game. I mean, he played that whole season last year, TK, batting and doing what he did injured, right? And now he's fully healthy. He is ready to go. And as Coach Jay Johnson's talked about the past week or two, His bat is as hot as it ever has been. So a very healthy Tommy White, something I'm very interested to see. So this team's got the talent to compete with the best of them, and I expect them to do so.
I don't know, let's kick it back to the NFL. Looks like the New Orleans Saints are going to take a member of the 49ers staff, Clint Kubiak, who's got an excellent resume and football pedigree as offensive coordinator. Also, Mickey Loomis, who's been a wizard with the salary cap for decades, going to redo the contract of Derek Carr. One thing that means is he's the guy for a couple more years. But your reaction to Clint Kubiak and the restructuring of Derek Carr's contract?
Kubiak, when it goes through and pen goes to paper, holding my breath on it, right? Anything can happen in the NFL. They got to wait till after the Super Bowl. But you get Kubiak. I'm pretty excited about that. He'll bring a different type of offense to New Orleans, something that this city has never seen. Really, see a lot of pre-snap motions on the Saints have not done their entire time under Pete Carmichael. You just near the bottom of the league usually in pre-snap motion. Last year had I think high 300s and plays with pre-snap motion. 49ers had closer to 700. So you're almost doubling up the pre-snap motion, which is just huge, being able to distinguish what defenses are being ran and cause confusion for defenses as well. So he'll bring a very interesting type of play style to New Orleans. Me and Joel Davis talked about during Sports Shorts Radio on Saturday that he was talking about. He wonders if a Deebo Samuel type role could be given to Taysom Hill next season. I actually brought up the point. I believe that a role like Deebo Samuel's right, more a guy that can come around, do a jet sweep, and bring it around the outside with speed is more like a Rashid Shaheed role. I'd love to see what he could do with the ball because anytime he gets the ball, he can be pretty electric. He could outpace some of the best of them. So I'll be interested to see, though, when Kubiak comes in here, what type of offense he can bring. Now, with Derek Carr, obviously under center, there's a lot of questions. A lot of people are not excited about that. And we continue to kick the can down the road of when exactly we'll get to the cap space issue, right? Used to be Loomis used to be praised for, oh my gosh, he could work the cap space like nobody else. But everybody's starting to realize that all you're doing is really just pushing the inevitable that you're going to be absolutely screwed at some point. It's not going to work anymore. Derek Carr's deal keeps him around, or restructuring his contracts will keep you bound to him probably for the next 2 years or so, where you were going to have the option after next season to kind of pay him a little bit less, cut bait with him, and move along. Now, the way it's restructured, you're basically saying he's going to be your quarterback through the end of 2025, the season of 2025. So, look, man, I mean, it is what it is. No, nobody was excited really that Dennis Allen was coming back, but this is the hand you were dealt. Now you got Carr as your quarterback. So now you just have to make the best of it. Hopefully Kubiak can come in here and change a few things. He did really well as the passing games coordinator the past 2 seasons with the 49ers. It kind of has made Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy who he is, and now he's playing in a Super Bowl. I don't know if Derek Carr is capable of leading this New Orleans team to a Super Bowl, but I mean, I didn't think Brock Purdy was capable of doing so, and now he had the opportunity of the NFC Championship last season, and now has the opportunity to win a Super Bowl in 5 days. So
All right,
let's see what Kubiak can bring to the table.
I have a Saints question for you.
Hit me.
Is Jameis Winston on the roster next year?
No. Which I hate. No, I don't think he is.
Look, by all accounts, he's a great locker room guy. He does a lot of stuff in the community. He's well liked. But, that whole thing at the end of the season when they ran the touchdown against the Falcons and he kind of, the coach Dennis Allen threw the team under the bus, and then Winston kind of threw Allen under the bus. And I don't know. I'm tending to agree with you that he won't be on the roster when they have their season opener later this fall.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be. I really hope he is, and I hope I'm wrong. To be honest with you, I know that he doesn't get to get on the field that very often, but like you said, he's just a great locker room. I love having him on my team. Like, I love when I see Jameis Winston, I'm like, that's a New Orleans Saint. Like, I think everything he does in the community, the way that he brings up his teammates, he's one of the best guys that has ever been in the NFL, in my opinion. He carries himself with high morals, high spirit. He's gone through a lot of adversity in the league and has really taken on the role of being the backup quarterback here in New Orleans. And really, he's one of those guys that's like, whatever my role is, I will do it the best to my ability. And he's been fantastic with the Saints. So, like I said, hopefully I'm wrong because I'd love to be able to cheer him on even longer as a New Orleans Saint. But I have a suspicion he's not going to be with the Saints next season.
Once again, we'll remind y'all, Crawfish, the Tuesday specials back here at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood, Jefferson Highway, right down the block from Parkview Baptist Church and School. 4 o'clock, they'll come out the pot. There's a limited supply, $8.99 a pound. You must buy at least 5 pounds. You get them to go. You can order them here. Hit them up on the phone number, and place your order, and then you know that you will get them. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood here on Jefferson Highway. Of course, lunch special, all your wine, all your liquor, everything you need. Hunter, before we get out of here, once again, tell folks how they can keep up with you on social media and at WBRZ.
Yeah, you can follow me on my ex McCann_Hunter for all the latest and greatest from me. And then over on WBRZ, you got 2 shows for you. You got Best Bets on 6:30 on WBRZ Plus on Fridays, and then 9 a.m. during the 9 a.m. news on WBRZ. Michael Cobble and I, big guys, no ties, every single week, bringing you the best of the best in sports. TK, before we go though, I do got one question for you, not to blindside you with something. So, did you see so obviously Pebble Beach just wrapped up, right? It didn't have its 4th day of the PGA Tour event. Did you see what happened in the gambling world that because of Pebble Beach?
With the Live Golf or no?
No, not with Live.
Go ahead. Okay.
So
no, I did not.
When the weather was blowing in on Saturday, a lot of people thought, there's no way they're going to play this. Or if they do, we're going to get screwed. They're going to play Monday. Well, there was, I think, like 60 or 70 people around the country. So not a huge handful, but 60 or 70 bettors that went and took $100 and took the current top 10 at the end of round 3 and put them all together to say these people are going to finish in the top 10, bet $100 to win $1.1 million. And then obviously when they did that, that ended up being the final top 10 because they didn't play the 4th day of golf. And everybody was like, there's no way the books pay them, right? The books did pay it out. So the books paid out $1.1 million to like 50 or 60 different people who basically just took what was already on the current leaderboard and prayed there wouldn't be a 4th round. So I think me and you missed a very prime opportunity to say that we had a very good weekend.
Wow, that's amazing. And circumstances, just the stars had to line up, and obviously it lined up for those 60 or 70 people. I was unaware of that, so I'm really glad you brought that up. That was cool.
It's pretty crazy.
Real cool, real crazy. Kind of like you winning $1,400 when they all made a field goal on Sunday this year. So again, you got to keep the gambling fun. You got to make money, don't lose money you need to pay bills with. And have fun with it. As people know, I'm a small gambling guy, 10, 20 bucks. If I feel good, I might bet 30. Now, I will bet more than that on the Super Bowl. I tend to do that every year. And I'll tell you right now, no secret. I'm betting on the Chiefs. They were plus 110 on the money line this morning. I had 2 points on where I shop with Chiefs getting 2. So I'm going to keep an eye on that this week, and I'll make a large bet for me before kickoff on Sunday, sometime between now and then. Hunter McCann, appreciate you pinch hitting for Ronnie Rance this morning. And don't forget, Hunter and I will have Sports Shorts Radio for you this coming Saturday from the LeBears Casino, 10 a.m. to 12 noon on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Joel Davis, Derek Beckwith, Hunter and I, Ronnie will join us via the phone. So we'll have a fun show and give you all our last-minute thoughts on the Super Bowl here on Super Bowl week. Hunter, you have a great day. We'll talk again soon.
You too, TK. Have a good Tuesday, buddy.